Ladies and gentlemen, another iLive exclusive with Mike Posner. Yeah! How are you, man?
3 people clap.
Dude, it's all good, but it's the vibes, bro. It's the vibes. How, obviously, fresh off the stage.
Yeah.
You killed it. It's been really, really cool to watch your career. And obviously, you've had several hits on the radio, and there's a lot of songs that you've written that maybe certain people don't know that you've written those songs. When you decide what songs that you're going to perform or you're going to give to, let's say, Justin Bieber or Pharrell or 2 Chainz or whatever, what's the deciding factor? Do you go in writing like, yo, I'm going to make this for so and so, or I'm going to make this for me?
No, I'm always writing for myself.
Okay.
And so I sort of get first pick, but then of my own stuff.
Yeah, of course, as you should.
If something doesn't fit on my project or then I'll present it to someone else.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a song, Truth Bomb? Has there ever been a song that you wrote and just blew up, and you weren't the performer? You weren't, and you were like, man, I should have kept that for myself.
No, because like I said, I give myself first pick, so
Okay.
I only really give them away if I'm sure I'm not.
If you're like, this is for me, this means something to me.
And that doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they're worse songs. Like I'm not saying give away, keep the best ones.
Right.
Sometimes they don't fit on it. I still make albums. I mean,
Yeah.
Probably like, and that I don't say it to Brett. It's probably like to a flaw,
Okay.
like with the way that people consume music now. But I'm still making this archaic thing called an album.
Yeah.
And it really does matter to me that it's a cohesive piece. So sometimes there's a hit song that doesn't fit on the album I'm making, and I will give it away.
We know that you're working really hard, and you have a new project outside of your single stuff, which is Mansions, which is really cool. We threw it in last night on the air, and
appreciate
it sounded dope. And you got Black Bear on it. Like you're making this noise in this other area where like some people who, let's say, only know you from Cooler Than Me or I Took a Pill in Ibiza, it's like, yo, he does all this other stuff. How did that come about? Like doing this other like kind of side projects.
Sure. Well, just to clarify, Mansions is a group that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
With Black Bear, and Black Bear and I started making music maybe 7 years ago. One of the first songs we wrote together became Boyfriend by Justin Bieber.
Yep.
And we just have a very special, if you could say chemistry. It's like a worn metaphor. We have a very special chemistry in the studio, which is to me is as special as finding like a wife or a husband in one's life. And so if you meet a couple people, and you don't have to be monogamous in the studio relationship, you can work with other people.
Yeah.
But if you're lucky enough to find one person like that, it's a really rare thing where you guys really click. And I think I'm blessed to maybe have 2 or 3 people like that I work with, and he's one of them. And I love his music, and I just texted him one day, like, hey, man, we should do an album together. And we rented a cabin in the mountains and made a thing in a couple weeks. And
that's pretty sick.
It was one of the best recording experiences I've had in my life.
Obviously, like, it was really, really cool to see you do, like, this campfire, like, super chill, intimate vibe. Some people kind of know you as, like, the party dude from, I Took a Pill in Ibiza. But that was like a serious song to you. And, I was lucky enough to see you in Boston, and you talked about, you were like, yo, I'm going to make a song about the truth. Like, this is what happened. Like, I really thought I was going to, be this one-hit wonder, but not really. You always kind of believe in yourself. How did that, can you kind of tell us about that story? Because
I put out a song when I was 23 years old
right,
or so. And it was my first single ever, and it was a huge hit. It was called Cooler Than Me.
Yeah.
And I sort of thought, oh, that's what happens when I put out songs.
Right,
that's
what
my
I do.
first one.
Yeah, yep.
And then every song I put out after that sold progressively less. The notoriety I had acquired was waning more and more with each month, each week, each day. And I had to figure out who I was without notoriety, without the attention from the opposite sex.
Were you afraid of that? Because I feel like, I mean, there's a risk involved. Like you talked about on stage a little bit. Like you were alone in a room and you're finding out who you are without anybody or anything to fill that void. Like were you afraid of taking that leap?
Taking what leap?
Of, finding out who you are outside of success in music.
Oh. Yeah, it was terrifying because I spent years as the cool, young, rich, famous, air quotes, famous guy.
Yeah.
And it just ended.
Just stops.
Yeah, it was terrifying, and it took me a couple years to be comfortable with myself without that stuff. And then the ironic thing is, once I sort of became comfortable without it, it all came back, right?
It's great. I mean, yeah.
And so hopefully, I won't even say hopefully, there is a larger degree of perspective and appreciation for the impermanence of not only whatever ride I'm on now in my career, but also my life. You know? These things end, so I'm just trying to enjoy. Like, my life is right here, right now.
Yep.
My life at this moment is talking to you.
Totally.
This is it.
Yeah, no,
this is it.
There's no promise the next moment. Like, yeah.
And future actually doesn't exist. None of us have ever been in the future.
Yep, 100%.
None of us have ever been in the past. We're just in this big present moment. And so I'm just trying to I'm just enjoying it.
Good deal.
And it's fun.
Yeah, just to kind of wrap it up, like what's your message? Why are you here? Tell us kind of about what you feel your calling is here for.
What's calling me now, to answer your question, why I'm here is to share the wisdom, the light, the joy that I have. And listen, I don't have all the answers, not even close. But I have figured out some things for myself.
Absolutely.
And I used to withhold those because I didn't want anyone else to have as much wisdom and joy as me.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's why I'm here.
Cool. Right on.
And thank you for, allowing me to do that with however many people were there today.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for being here. Mike Posner, ladies and gentlemen. Reflecting, chilling is what we're doing. Another iLive, I-1067. Check it out. What?